Good afternoon, Sandwich, TikTok, and beyond, and welcome to Troll for Sandwich, the series where I let Jake decide my lunch. Let's go! Up front, a little caveat. The roast beef I'm using in this sandwich is homemade, from this sandwich here that I'll be telling you about real soon. It's not perfect, but it's pretty damn tasty. Anyway, Jake's been on a hot streak lately, with 3 perfect 10s in the past month or so, and I have some catching up to do. This sandwich is from episode 303, and it's called the Senshi-Sational, which I'm sure means something to somebody, but is lost on my old ass. Please do not try to explain it to me. This sandwich includes the aforementioned roast beef, a hard-to-find cheese called primo sale with pistachios in it, lettuce, pickled onions, and Kewpie mayo on buttered, toasted Texas toast. It took me a while, but I finally managed to track down that cheese at Eataly in Chicago. I need to start hitting Jake up for his sources before I do these. So the real gimmick here was the wild magic roll, which called for the ingredients to be chopped. This is a throwback to the chopped sandwich trend that was big on TikTok last year, and that I've mostly avoided. But have I? After all, I did make a video once about a chopped version of a Chicago-style hot dog, didn't I? That was in 2022, but who's counting? This isn't about me, though. It's about this sandwich, and whether or not it rates a 10 out of 10. And this is no reflection on Jake, who's out here making wild sandwiches and consistently entertaining videos about them every week. But to me, it doesn't, not really. I'm a guy who'd rather just tell you about a sandwich than arbitrarily assign it a number. And this sandwich is less than the sum of its parts. Chopping up the roast beef destroys its texture, and the lettuce is not an interesting enough vegetable to use in a blank salad sandwich. It doesn't add texture the way celery would, or flavor the way raw onions would. The cheese is mild enough that it's overwhelmed by the beef and mayonnaise, although it is quite delicious on its own. And the pickled onions were great, but not quite enough to save the sandwich. The one idea I had to improve the sandwich, adding horseradish to it, did help, but not by any great amount. Now maybe my homemade roast beef was simply not strongly flavored enough to stand up in this salad, and that is certainly possible. It was made from eye of round, and no matter how well seasoned it is, eye of round is simply a very lean and not particularly flavorful cut of beef. But even a lean and not particularly flavorful cut of beef works better sliced thin and piled high, with horseradish and crusty bread and some jus. Leave the chopped salad for something like chicken breast that needs it. That's what I say anyway.